the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I think we're ready for the meeting of the order to pledge allegiance down to approval of the September meeting agenda. Are there any additions or deletions?
Move approval.
Second. Ryan? Peter? Any discussion? If none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? 4-0.
We need, oh, she's not here, we don't need to do roll call.
Correct.
Okay.
Approval of consent agenda that was sent out. Everyone should be have looked at that, the routine claims. The approval of the payroll.
Move approval.
Right? Open. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed the same? 4-0. Your turn.
Good evening.
Alex?
So for August 2025, the Sheriff's Office had 172 calls for service ads open between proactive activity and calls for service for citizens. There was one theft reported to the Sheriff's Office, and that ended up being golf clubs in Orrock from the Hamlin campgrounds for someone's car. As of late, those car thefts, I think they're pretty experienced. A couple of motor vehicle accidents, kind of a common intersection that I was just talking with him about, with 235th Ave, 184th, 5. So one vehicle accident, went off road, hit a power pole, and stop sign. Other accident was Highway 15 and 143, which is still under construction of that for 2 vehicle accident. Other notable stuff, the garbage littering complaint, that was just garbage left at a campsite. But 2 ATV complaints that we trust the road that we sent. Back down on some of the ATV problems, but a couple of them were stopped. One was cited, one was a dirt bike that was cited operating in state forest. Driveways from the state. And then just kind of a notable one, suspicious person complaint. It's a male is walking around at 3:30 a.m. bringing doorbells. When deputies checked on him, ended up using gas, so gave him a ride down to Big Lake, bought a can and some gas and that nothing super out of the ordinary, I guess, for
Campground tends to still be a pain for you folks.
it is every year, and it really hasn't been as bad this year. I'll say it seems to be quieter there. I don't know if there's different clientele or I mean, usually when there is problems, it's kind of the same person. Usually someone who's homeless or having trouble finding permanent residency, and they tend to live there all summer and have issues, but there really hasn't been issues getting people there this year, which is nice. Yeah, there was last year, and I don't, and honestly, the calls that I got to, there just isn't there. I don't know if they haven't really. But that could be why we don't see it's not a constant super. So. But I know there's been several calls lately where there's no campus going on, and that would be very important. Yeah, and then the successful addition of deputy access to the sheriff's office has been added to the exterior of the building here. It's your lockbox, fob that allows us to enter 24/7, any time of the day and night. And obviously with the alarm that we just received here earlier this evening, that also allows officers to not have to wait for a key holder to have access to the building to check and make sure that there's. So that's, and I didn't really bring that up either before, I don't think, but that is also the added benefit.
Mm.
Us have access to it, so it's a nice thing. Facilities are nice here and it's just another option. Yeah, any questions or concerns? I know I'm gonna relay a traffic, but flag the sheriff's office. Have any other concerns or questions?
Thank you.
Thanks, Alec.
Open forum. Is there anyone here that would like to address the board? Okay. Approval of May, approval of August monthly meeting and September special meeting. Peter? Seconded by? No.
That's the August meeting?
Both of them.
Yeah, no, because I was at the September. You weren't here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do the, let's do the August one, good point. Okay, August one. You made the motion, Dalton seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Spent the September special meeting minutes.
You'll have to say it.
I'm gonna have to second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions?
Abstentions, Brian. I was at the meeting.
2-0-2. Regular business, Ann Lake Beach update.
Yep. So as per our last meeting, I spoke with the lawyer about assisting the Ann Lake Improvement Club with insurance and maintenance expenses. He said the township does have the ability to provide financial help to the Ann Lake Improvement Club in maintaining the beach lots in the Ann Lake Beach plat, as the township owns the property. Furthermore, Section 4 of the agreement between the township and the club for maintenance of the beach lots provides that the club's maintenance activities shall be performed at the club's sole expense unless otherwise agreed to in writing by the township. This would be a town board decision and would not require elector authorization at an annual meeting. As for the insurance, there should be insurance on the property plus a rider for the shed and the outhouse. This doesn't need electorate approval, and I will contact Lisa from Matt and get a quote from her for that.
Discussion.
We don't cover the building now?
No, they do.
That was the Lake Association.
Yeah, the Ann Lake Club, this is the agreement. And this clause 4 is the one that Brenda brought up last time she was here, and Bob confirmed that gives us the right to do what needs to be done.
We haven't heard from the association on what they desire us to do.
From what I understand, they're still working on a list.
Okay, so nothing we can do tonight.
No, this is mostly information.
The insurance side of it.
And the insurance, yeah, but I can check into that and get a quote.
Could be a future opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Boswell. As mentions that it's an outhouse there. It's extremely close to the water.
Surprised they don't have porta potties.
Just heads up. sure. It's, what we think, I don't know.
You're saying.
We might want to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay? No action is needed. Orrock Cemetery Association update.
At the August regular meeting, the Orrock Cemetery Association met with the Township Board to discuss the possibility of the township's assistance with maintaining the cemetery now and in the future and helping them to acquire a new sexton. Since then, we have posted this on our website and they have received a few inquiries. I spoke with the township's lawyer and he suggested that since the association is still in business and plans to continue, we should only take copies of the records, bylaws, etc., not the originals. And then they should continue to provide us with copies of any future records to keep the township's files updated. I spoke with Lori and she said that they would still like us to take the records. However, I'm assuming from what the lawyer said, that that is not a good idea because I'm assuming that there's liability involved since they're continuing maintaining it.
It's still, yeah. The reason for that is if they discontinue operation, I think it's for 10 years, then we're obligated to take it over.
Yes,
So we need the permanent records at that time.
but it would be a good idea for us to have copies of it.
I would hope just a copy, just to have at least another source of paperwork in somebody else's. Well, I couldn't be digital after doing that, so I just spent. Oh. No, I don't have a problem.
I do. I do because gadgets, as we see, change so quickly. We've gone from 8-track tapes to having music on our phones now. In the future, how is anybody going to read it? But paper lasts forever. You can't if your printer isn't updated. That's my viewpoint.
Back to the cemetery issue, we have 2 other cemeteries in the township. We should probably suggest we get done.
And how old is this cemetery?
This one with 1988.
No, yeah.
Why wouldn't some of this go to the historical society?
It's still operating. But you got a good point. Well, they won't take it on.
I'm sorry, I just thought maybe in 1 year. I just thought, why?
Theoretically, they get our minutes and all of our documents after so many years.
I think that maybe we should just make them where it's whole like that.
Can ask them.
Check. Otherwise, it's a sin. If all the records are in one spot, pretty. Okay, Chef. ATV. Law requirements. Shelley has already put this on the website.
Yes.
Put it on the website, which I have to admit, I hadn't until she sent us the material. Looks nice. Really does. Thank you, Shelley.
Yep. Do you want me to read it?
No,
No, you're good? Okay. Okay. All right.
We all have written copies. Okay, guess we can move on. Easements. Easement on 230th. Approaching agreement accepted. Today to accept it.
Can't accept it because he's chilling. He doesn't like it.
He's not, right, he's not like it, so I think it's ball games in his park now.
I don't think he's told us what he doesn't like.
Well,
Some sections that don't match up with our conversation, but if he's not giving us specifics, we can.
but we've already changed that. I'm assuming,
well, our proposal,
yeah.
and he received a copy of it. Still there. Okay. So do we need to,
It's
make a
nothing.
motion to rescind last month's
No,
motion?
there's,
That has been signed.
no, there's nothing happened.
But I think it should be in the minutes that he has forwarded that he is not willing to accept the changes.
Yeah, he said that he is getting advice on the language.
It's there.
Shelley, I do need you to add the aerial photo of that lot to that agreement.
Okay.
Again, we want documentation of where the driveway is, so. And it shows visual of where the shed is as well. So it was in there one time, just the one you just gave us didn't have the aerial photo attached to it.
I don't know what to do with that. But yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I think what I sent you was just what the lawyer had sent.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure something.
I agree we should have it in minutes, but I don't want to resend.
Any further discussion there? Easement for drainage on 233rd. Discussion.
Have you heard anything back? But who owns the easement?
So, discussed it with the lawyer. Discussed it with Kevin. Kevin talked to the lawyer. And they decided the general consensus is that the road committee should meet at the site and have more discussion about it. And so, because according to the lawyer, it's kind of a big mess.
There's private property down at the.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot going on.
we can't give her drainage into that private property unless we get the authorization. And I think who actually owns it is in flux. Who pays taxes on it is in flux, so. Tricky way of telling it.
So Kevin suggested that the road committee met there on the site and have more discussion about it on the site, so you all know exactly what's going on, and then make a recommendation that it goes to the board for approval. So,
So the road committee is Pete and Brian,
yeah, and Kevin.
and Kevin.
Yeah, and if more than two of the board members meets, then we would have to call a special meeting. It has to be posted. So Kevin said to let him know a date, and then you guys can all meet and talk about it.
And then on that same issue, a gentleman was in here about 3 months ago, he wanted a variance on some of those roads.
Yeah,
He
Rob.
was gonna put a shed back.
Yeah.
Have we ever heard back from him?
No, but I was actually just talking to here, it was one of his neighbors. We haven't heard anything about it.
Okay,
So-
all right.
That's, if we can get a drawing from him, that's all we're waiting. It's
Yeah,
not-
catch on where he's gonna put it.
Yeah, what kind of areas he's asking for. One request though is you guys are planning on meeting out there. If possible, Jerry is leaving to go down to Texas for the winter in mid-October. He is the one that is giving us the permission to go through his property in the ditch there. So if it's possible to do
I
it
think
before,
we're out of January, so he starts to remember.
Not too old to remember it.
Oh, and I thought it was only me.
good point. So, Jerry, when are you leaving exact date?
We fly out on the 12th.
Well, okay. I don't know if that's possible, but just a suggestion, I guess.
Do we have his phone number?
No, I don't.
Shelley, do we have your phone number?
No,
Can you make sure
yeah, I'll get it.
these two would, Sure. Okay, any further discussion? On roads. A maintained road of 164.5. Review encroachment agreement discussion. Remember, this is the common called Jim's Place.
Yes, and he is here.
It's here.
So, Jim, do you want to tell them what you were thinking?
See an agreement that says that. Is it?
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear. I'm sorry.
I'll get close to it.
Thanks.
So I was wondering if we are allowed to use cement for part of the road, the part that is closest to my house. So I was thinking, have them-
Which club?
So it's front of my yard, is a spot where we can put two. So it comes down to the and so wondering if we can pay right down the cement. To about where the markers were originally for this particular road. for the others. And the rest of it's-
Yeah, I wouldn't get into the road right away with asphalt or with concrete, because once we redo that road, it may get sand changed or, you know. So you don't want to be tearing on that.
Well, not getting close to that, it would only be,
It's not where it goes to the hill.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Once you're on outside the easement, you do what you want.
Yeah, that's well. It could help with 100 feet, like that, and get an L that's another 40 feet, 50 feet. He's talking about doing the L way down.
So that's. And then I saw in the contract that you can notify me to tear up the road. One, to see the possibility that. It's that.
And we don't have. This is the same that we had with the last bill and with Jane, with section 2 and 3 there, where it's saying we can, at any point tell that he has 60 days notice. As we removed it last time. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we took out part of section 3 and
I think we took out all the section 3, but half 2 or something like that. It was like,
Section,
yeah,
paragraph, that's
it was like 9 years.
something like that.
so we could duplicate the. Fortunately, maybe we just did for the other gentleman.
You remove section 2, everything from notwithstanding up to the last sentence, striking all of paragraph 3 and striking paragraph 9F. Which is there.
I moved to make this. So, specifically, or we just have specific-
Any further discussion?
They're about not concrete.
Well, if he does it, it's gonna get destroyed.
It's more to-
Well, maybe we should add something about, just to clarify, no concrete within the, road easement.
or make changes, that's what I'm
Maybe
thinking.
we'll add that in there. Good
Which
point,
is
Tom.
almost, I think it's exactly what you're trying to do. So, you're right, that you for sure can do.
Which paragraph is that, Dalton?
You may have to add one.
Add one?
Add no concrete driving within the road easement.
No concrete. Driveway,
9, it would be the new.
9H.
You could say.
Okay,
So it'll be the same as the first one, the previous one. Add clauses.
No concrete in the right.
Right away.
Right.
Look. So you know it's a Jim's place, right? The
64 and a half street.
64 and a half.
You know it immensely.
Really well.
Further discussion? She was made. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same.
So what's one of the questions? I believe I saw in the agreement that I incur taxes on the road, so I get taxed for the road, or is it's still township?
We can delegate it to you if you want.
No, I'd rather if you did.
No. You won't pay taxes on it.
Owners agree to pay any and all real estate taxes which will be assessed against the real property being licensed hereunder as such. Real estate taxes become due and paid.
That's in there if we assess, we do a road project, like a lot of the cities, if they do a road project, they assess the property. Here in Orrock, it's socialized, we pay for it, it's part of the levy.
So that's what that was before.
They're the great experts on that. I will deny it. Okay? Right. Anything else? Thank you.
So that will surely be sending advice.
yes.
We will revise it and
And then
probably because it has to be notarized, correct?
Mhm.
They'll probably ask you to come up and sign it here.
send it to you.
But I'll send it to you when I get it so you can review it first. Yeah, and then and Kelly and Ann will all sign it.
Thank you for coming in. 2025, well, is there any other discussion? 2025 overlay update.
Pretty nice. We've already got some nice decorations on 253rd.
Did I spit it out already?
Looks like a motorcycle or something doing donuts in the middle of the road. I'm like, oh, it's nice. We've got some nice decorations.
Question I have is when we fixed two holes earlier in the spring with the dugout roots underneath the trees.
Yep.
Roots were buried in the street. We were gonna have this contractor fill and do the blacktop, but I see it hasn't been done.
It has not been done. I reached out to Kevin on that. And we didn't hear back from him. what the deal is.
Well, they moved off the job, so I don't
Yep,
know
I
what.
moved off the job and, they're not done. You still have to come back and do all the shoulder work.
Oh, okay.
But I literally saw that first thing that they was talking, sent a message to Kevin.
Okay, so you're on top of it, okay.
Hey, I didn't just get done. But other than that, everything looks good.
243.
243rd, I met with Eli on Monday. Or, I'm hoping it's not gonna be too much.
Where on 243 is that?
Right by Charlie's place, right there in that swamp there.
We had problems there before, this is a number of years ago, we had muskrats or.
Yeah, it's all soft and there's sinkholes and there's holes opening up from all the water that's been washing.
Is it from erosion or is it from animals digging underneath the road?
No, it's probably erosion. I talked to Kevin about it. Kevin seems to think it's because of all the rain and receiving this year. And it just all of a sudden, it's opened up.
Okay.
So
Probably the large one at the time.
probably, because I noticed this back in July. And, yeah, at that time, it was like 2-3 weeks of just rain.
So is it, increasing or becoming?
No, not yet. Like I said, as soon as I get the phone from July, I know the money. He came up with a game plan to fix it. And then when I get that quote, whether how much it is. It's within the street.
Ask you a favor, like send me put one of these on, can you put a street address with it? 243 is 6 miles long through the township, I don't know what portion of 243 you're talking about. When you say Charlie, that brings back old memories of what other property we had there.
There items there?
Roads and signs, about a month ago, me and Daryl went through our sign inventory and shit out here. And we noticed, I've been getting some reports in your area, and Shores area, where there's some missing street signs. And some street signs that are not just standard, they're old, they're hard to read, stuff like that. But we have the signs in the shed, but we don't have the parts to attach the signs to the posts. So, who do we contact? Who do we go through to get the parts? And
Shelley's got, you have to go back in the POs to find out who bought it. However, we get the signs from, we have it hard.
they have the hardware. We need some of that stuff to get some of these signs fixed and replaced. 32nd, 3rd, 34th. The Shores, 189. The Shores,
Two of them. Two of them south.
and Shores, there's a whole bunch of them on Shores that have been notified that are missing.
Kids steal
Straight.
signs and stop signs.
I don't know if it's been stolen or what, or if it's missed or something, but they're missing.
Well, the 234th one was up, less than probably a month.
Shelley, would you look on your POs, who we buy the signs from?
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 vendors we buy them from, but
Yeah,
they provide all the hardware.
I will do that.
Then back on signs, we got a program that we replace signs on an annual basis. On a 10-year cycle, we're supposed to replace all the signs. And we haven't done anything yet this year. Shelley, you're gonna have to find that file that Chris made up with a map of how we broke the township up into sections.
Okay,
And then, we better put that on the next month's agenda, because so we can sign order and all that kind of stuff.
okay.
Yes, that would be very. For tours, yeah.
Pete, did the lady on the shores, from the shores contact?
That's on my next list here, my road. And here, we have issue 23766, 186th Street, which is in the shoulders. It's in this little cul-de-sac. The road is breaking up along the shoulder, along the curving. And it just so happened, I got the report on one, Shelley sent it to me, and I was meeting with Eli, so I went down there and see if it was just a hole that we could patch, because she complained of the pothole. And I said, I'll just put that all on the same bed as 223rd. He went down there and he looked and was like, the asphalt, I mean, it was broken up because the water's sitting in there, it's not draining. And I had to consult Kevin on it because, the curving, the concrete and the asphalt, there's this much of a gap. So the water is sitting on the asphalt and not getting on the curving drain. And it's kind of spotting some areas in the shores where in some areas it's level and in other areas it's not. So I had Kevin, he's gonna go down there later this week and look at it, and asphalt is, I pulled a chunk out of it, so it's so it's like,
Have Kevin look.
I have Kevin looking into that, and, whatever he comes up with as far as what we can do to try to fix that section. And then I also noticed too, and Eli walked down to the drain, and that drain is full of sediment and stuff, because there's a hole right there, and it's blowing through, pushing sediment and everything, drain in the corner. So I have, I don't know if it's some shoddy asphalt work that was done, or what, but
We can handle that two ways. Either Daryl can take care of it, or we have an outfit out of Hastings that comes in, which we need to do here. They pump out the storm scepter, and they do clean out some of our catch basins. That may be one we want to take care of this fall. They can go in there and vacuum out the state. But probably another thing that Shelley's got to call an outfit in Hastings and schedule them to come up and clean out some of our manholes or our catch basins and the storm scepter.
Okay.
I think it's Squab Neck, I think how you pronounce it, out of Hastings.
Because we do that twice a year.
Yes.
You want me to get a quote from them?
Yeah, they'll give you an hourly basis. They don't know how long it takes to.
So we're pleased with the work.
Oh, yeah, they do good work.
Is there another problem when fall the road that we should have to just say?
That's the problem.
especially, me and Eli will compare that against the water, it's basically just sitting on the asphalt, and that's what's eroding it away.
Yeah.
It's not getting up the lip to get on the concrete to go down.
To the catch basin.
To the catch basin.
With all those road trucks.
Could be, could be.
And our service truck. Supposed to. That's the supposed to.
It may have been, or it may have brought the end of the head of paper, who knows, what you get into.
All right.
I have Kevin looking into it.
Yeah.
See what he needs to say.
Anything else?
No, not so much.
Tree trimming?
That's me. Me and Daryl went around, tree trimming. We're gonna have to, me and him kind of come to a consensus that We budgeted for 30,000, I agree, for the tree trimming. That's what it is, that's what he told me, it's true. But we're gonna be at that for cleaning up some of the areas. So we may have,
Well, that is, you need to go out for quotes. The problem you're gonna have this year is it's so spotty that typically in a year we concentrate on one area. This year is gonna be one here, one over here, one over there. What I would recommend is you get a price out of Daryl on how much for a crew. You got 2 or 3 bucket truck there, chipper. There, if we go that way, you're limited on 25,000, 24,900. Eliminate the contract of that and then turn Daryl loose.
You're saying just keep it.
No, well, it's gonna be spotty.
It'll be spotty, but they're not one area.
No, they're all over the place. But the complicating factor is you're gonna have to get those areas to Shelley, because she has to get a letter, let them know we're gonna be trimming. Otherwise, you're gonna get a lot of comments. Not much bigger.
Love numbers. See,
um,
is that them?
We generally, it's from October, we want October till December 31st. Want it done before the first. Now, Daryl's doing it, he's got 2 or 3 subcontractors, they get in, they'll bump this thing up. That's what I would recommend. If you get a price out of Daryl, we can bring it back and actually turn it. But get Shelley and Les to the area you're gonna be doing.
We currently have a budget for 35,300 for the tree trimming, stump grinding and stump removal. That's what we budgeted for the year.
So we gotta stay on 5,000 behind.
It's 25. Contract though.
25 or 35.
Otherwise, we gotta go out for, get to quote.
we told me that's.
And with this area, it's gonna be awful hard to get too close because they're all over the place.
The other thing that I have for, that's some brush, mainly on the east side of Eagle Lake, got some complaints from some residents, the brush, bushes and stuff were growing on the road, they can't see around the corner, and they always meet the neighbors, whatever. Daryl wants to bunch that up with, we have some other brush, takes a brush mower and goes and cleans up some areas. He also wants to go on 233rd and clean some brush back a little bit on some of those areas.
Typically, we've done that with handyman contractors.
Well, I asked him how much to do these areas and he said about $5,000.
Typically, that's handyman.
Okay. From $5,000 to do the brush clearing on the east side of Eagle
Let's
Lake.
go 6 to give it a road in case we find something else.
6,000, okay. I make a motion to do $6,000 for brush clearing on east side of Eagle Lake and 237 to have.
I'll second that.
Moved by Peter, seconded by Brian, $6,000 for brush cutting. On the east side of Eagle Lake.
And 233.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same? 4-0. Any other items? Board business, updates, committee reports.
Nothing for me.
The only thing I reported was the special meeting that was here for pertaining to 232nd, 188th, 234th. I mentioned already about the signs, but a man stood up and talked about his road. That we just put the ground up pavement there, and then also on the north side, 189th. One, they should be paved. But it is paved, there's only 2 homes, but it's a dead end street, because at the end there's a garage, and then you go a little farther, and the waste coming the other way. And according to a former supervisor, it's right in the middle. I guess the philosophy had been when I joined the board, the goal was to pay all roads in the township eventually. My concern is, if we're already there tearing up 232nd to 188th, cost 234. 188th, and then pay on the curb. Then go down farther to 189th, for lack of a better term, they call it. Would it be better to get those pages in like an alternate bids and take a look at it? Rather than 5 years down the road or something? Then all of a sudden, we gotta tear up some stuff that we just got to put it up next year. Just throwing it up. But as an alternate.
We have any guess?
No, Kevin was gonna look at it, but, no, I think.
Even as an alternate, but as I recall, what Kevin's saying, if you're going, if there's, I think the threshold is 150, 100 trips a day, or break even. Leaving gravel, asphalt. Or not anywhere near to over, number 2. You have to point that's great, so solve the erosion problem.
Because that's the one, the guy who was here last time.
Right.
And
We talked about the
Yeah.
street signs. Yeah, they had one that's 2 or 3 years.
It's my thought is if it's an alternate, there's no harm, because if it comes back as 200,000, we can show.
Yes.
If it comes back as 50,000. we can tell.
That's my feeling.
Yeah, as long as it's a moment.
I'm fine with it.
Should we look motion to look into it and to bid it as an alternate with the other spray private?
Sure.
Yeah. So are you going to, Peter, you going to get a hold of, Kevin? Let him know he's got to do some engineering work on it.
Okay. I'll make the motion. Is there a second? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same, it's 4-0.
Any other comments on that, special meeting with the residents, so positive or?
And the lady that lives on the corner there.
Drainage on the bond, well, you know you're going to get questioned there.
So, it seemed to have some pretty good last.
I thought it was. I thought it was a good response. People, I think there's 20 something.
There's 21 people.
21.
Good deal.
Okay, it's on here. Anything else?
Just attending the special meeting, yeah, here on the construction project.
No? Okay. We're into treasurer's business. Cash control statement and investment.
Alright. So with the cash control, summary, you will see the bank accounts and where we're balancing out for each one of those accounts, along with the upcoming receipts that would have been coming in this month here for September. And then you've got the updated investment update, so I sent out the updated one this afternoon, just because I have an additional claim to add to that. So this one here, where's the? So with this one, the cash control, you see the bank and the interest and stuff we've earned already on like the money market and stuff there. And then when it comes to the investment. But the investment update that I had sent over earlier, it does show the additional claim on there this afternoon that I ended up adding to it. So it gives you a complete total of a request to transfer for both to cover the debit card balance and recreating that, bringing that transfer of $879.33 from the checking to the debit, and then adding that additional $5,998 claim gives a new request to transfer from the money market of $49,384.44 to our checking account to bring up that minimum balance of $75,000. And so with that, I'm just looking for approval of that updated and the cash control balancing statement. Any questions for anybody?
I like this. We talked earlier, I like this because I think it's good that it's in writing versus verbally. Say, well, we need this to bring up the last minute, so it's nice job.
And then I've also made sure that I'm keeping track of the transfers and those total amounts, and when I've been doing that for you too, at least in my documentation and stuff for you. So. Okay, and then
So. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
What's the same? Well,
And then on the treasurer's report, that is showing where we're currently beginning balance to where it's for the budget and the ending balance and stuff there. So it shows you for where we're currently running for the year. Looking for approval on that. Any questions?
So move.
right? Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Oral.
And
State.
then we've got the pledge agreement and validation report there. That one is something that I am keeping on top of and signing over the pledge difference because of the CD amount being total. So depending on the market and stuff that way, I have been signing over the completed updated form, so we are covered. So we're staying over for our total instead of short. Any questions on that?
Should we be looking at the balances? Since we're gonna be getting tax money in December, to see what other interest rates looking at just to invest during the winter months?
You could have a big bank plan here next month.
Yeah, and all that, just saying, looking.
Yeah.
I can contact the bank and check on what other ways we can move that.
What was the CD rate right now? That's still the general consensus, rates are higher. It's a CD fee.
The CD
I think it was 3 something.
369.
It's still higher at this point.
Right. I just said
Yeah,
that.
15.
Except,
That's the general consensus.
okay,
And then with the additional claim for WSB for $5,998, looking for approval on that one.
For who?
WSB
Oh, WSB.
claim that I had overlooked. I just wanted to make sure that that one is paid this month too.
Dalton, I'll second that. Discussion? No, all those in favor? Opposed, the same? Okay,
And then the propane, I'm just looking for approval to sign that contract, to request 450 gallons.
do
To,
we need to send them a check?
yes, and that was part of
That's what
the,
I'm gonna say.
approval, so I just want to make sure that I can.
That's what, a fill and a half?
So for myself, that's what we had ordered last year, and we've still got a credit on it.
Okay.
So that's why I was just kind of going with that right now. In the past, a few years ago, it was higher in the amount of gallons, but looking at where the
More
credits and
efficient
stuff
building.
right now. So that's where I was looking, and then I'll just, if you're okay, I can sign that contract and send the check in.
Motion?
Yes,
Almost.
Ryan? I support that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the same? Or? Yeah. Any other items that need to be brought up before the announcements? Shelley? What's your last word for the night?
I think I'm good.
I will not attend the stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
The board meeting next meeting is October 22nd, and then you have the annual Wildlife Festival on September 27th, if anybody wants to go there. And then, of course, the SCAT meeting, and I hear that Livonia is the showcased township. Yeah,
Yeah, again, we're going to showcase.
Who is? We are?
Livonia.
Okay. Any further items that you brought up? Okay, who wants to? Second? No? Oh, I think